Comes as easily as the Chic impression, by the way, a little Tony Montana.
I could no matter what time of day, dead asleep, I'd fucking start that. As far as I know, and fucking Scott pop up. He had my friend. He'd fucking finish that shit, man. Oh, I miss that motherfucker. I had a gagger today. Coming home from the gym, and had kind of a weird dream last night. That it was like I was like it was almost like I was directing the dream, but I couldn't direct myself out of it. And it was just like layer upon layer of just shit going on. I'm like, fuck, man. And I knew that anytime I had to get up and I was going to have breakfast with my brother and his wife before they drove over to St. Pete. So I had to get up and like for me, fucking milk the cows. For my brother, he's like, "You're fucking kidding me, right? Like 10 o'clock is fucking it's early for you." I'm like, "Yeah, dude. 10 o'clock is fucking miserably early for me." And like my wife like has fallen in like through the 35, 36 years of just, you know, like she'll wait. When I used to come home from TNA, she'd wait up for me. The final day, and like today, and my aunt's in town. My aunt's staying with us right now, and she's 80. Fuck, how old? She's like 86 or something like that. But she's like she's got like her she's she's not pulling a Biden. She's pretty fucking with it. And where was I going with this?
Well, your brother
Oh yeah,
pulled a gagger today.
no, he made me get up. Oh, I was going where so I went to the finally. I said fuck
Your
it.
aunt is doing better than you, by the way, with the story. I should have her tell it.
Well, fuck, man. Probably because I'm sleep deprived right now. I'm like one of those Guantanamo guys. The fucking they kept up with the.
You're gonna give away the government secrets tonight?
Okay, what did I watch that on? Where they fucking they waterboarded. It was Adam Driver's is the in the movie. He's like the guy, and it's like real shit. And it's when they crack the whole fucking CIA when they're fucking torturing those fucking guys. Have you seen that?
What do we got here? The report.
The report, fucking absolute, little bit slow at the beginning, but fuck, man, it's just good cinema. Just really fucking like well done. But anyway, so I'm driving home today, and like I was thinking about that dream, and I'm like, God, like I can't believe like T wasn't in that dream somewhere. Like he was so fucked up. Like the only thing that would have saved that would have been like seeing T or interacting with T. And as I'm having that thought, that new Blink 182 song comes on. Like I think it's called like One More Time or Wish I Had One More Time or whatever. And it's like I usually don't I won't even listen to it when it plays, but I just said I'll make it through this. I got about a minute into it, man. All of a sudden my fucking throat got all and I was like, fuck. I said, man, am I gonna fucking like I could feel my eyes getting watery. I said, fuck. I said, I'm gonna lose it here. I said, I need to fucking yeah, One More Time is the name of it. Dom, thanks. Steve hit us with fucking with the report. Yeah, and Steve said, was it like a lucid dream? Fucking it was. The only thing that was missing was Kurt Russell going, "Come on, man, you know I'm real. You know my kids." Like fucking Vanilla Sky, baby.
I was gonna say, did you get, since you were in charge of the dream, did you get Sofia Vergara in it at all, or
that's where Sophia
who were the
comes
leading
from.
ladies in the dream?
That's where Sophia comes from. The song Sophia comes from Vanilla Sky.
Yes, I did. Yeah, I did know
Yeah,
that. You did tell
yeah,
us that.
that's where T had that. I remember I turned to my like he got to a point where he wasn't like he was like 11. He's like, Dad, he's like, turn me on to some fucking movies. So I'd be like, and I used to buy fucking DVDs like they were going like they'd be going out of fucking style. Oh, imagine
Yeah.
that.
A couple of years later.
But like Eternal Sunshine and like fucking Vanilla Sky, and I gave him all these movies, and he'd like fucking he'd just engulf them. He'd watch them like 3, 4 times in
Hmm.
the course of 2 days, like just and so yeah. So I had a tea moment today coming home, and then I came down here, and it was like when we used to walk in the store. It's we used to both just automatically when you turn the corner to go like to the front door, it's like fucking it's like 6 stories down, and it's just one of those things where if you're fucking 5'11" and you fucking probably passed out, you'd hit the railings. But me and T, as big
Typical.
as we were, we'd fucking go right over the top. So we would fucking both, without even saying a word, we'd both hug the fucking. As soon as we turned that thing, we'd hug the wall. And I fucking managed. Just I got like severe vertigo, like just for a split second, like that kind of whoa fuck. And I know I was still upset, and I was like too many thoughts and too much processing going on for my fucking CTE brain. And I just looked back behind me over my shoulder. I said, "Oh yeah, I'm hugging the wall just like you are." Like and then I opened up, and then it was just like it was really kind of cool because like I didn't come right on today because I just kind of sat down here and just was in the moment and just looking and like realizing that the only reason that I'm doing this is because of him.
Hmm.
And there's a reason it says 4T on there. And there's a reason
Absolutely.
that I mean for everybody that took the time. I'm fucking everybody's Friday night up because
No,
I
you're
had
not.
people in town.
But the other cool thing about it is that you share this with the audience, and everybody here, whether it's in the room now, but who watch it, the 50,000 people that are going to watch this, they know what the 4T means. They're all
Right.
in on the story, and they're invested in it too. He's as much part of what goes on. He's on the screen the whole time,
Right.
and they know what that means. And that's because you chose to share it. I listen, when you texted me that night at 5 o'clock or whatever it was. I didn't get a link. I said, "You're not getting a link because you're not going to do this today." And you said to me, "They have to hear this from me." I said, "All right." And we ended up doing it the Saturday or whatever. But your decision to go on that week was, you get credited for your bravery, and no doubt that's part of it. But I guess what you saw, maybe, unless it was an accident, but I'll credit you, what you saw that I didn't, I think a lot of people didn't, was if you go on that week, he stays part of everybody's
Right.
story. And that's why this show
It
is.
wasn't why I did it. It was I wasn't gonna let somebody say my kid fucking OD'd of fentanyl or it wasn't gonna be anything but what it was. And
Right.
now looking back at it, I'm like, there's so much data with kids that age that got fucking vaccinated and the booster that had cardiac problems, including LeBron James's fucking son,
Yeah.
who had a cardiac arrest. Guess what? My kid died of a cardiac fucking arrest.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and I'm thinking like, what the fuck? Like, and I can go back to that day, and I do it way too often, but just that look when he fucking went into cardiac arrest, and we made eye contact, and he reached for me, and then he fucking fell back on the bed. It was just like, fuck, like he wasn't. That was, man, that was just like. And I really thought that like as time went on that would fucking, but like that's when I was talking to my brother. You know, I was talking to my brother and we were talking about my dad, and it's just like, no, man, like when it's that fucking like when it's that tragic, and it's that fucking it just there's just no fucking way that you, oh, you know, time will heal all. Fuck you. Time ain't healing shit.
It becomes part of your existence for the rest of your
Yeah,
life.
I mean, I think that's what I think that people say you cope with it. And I'm like, nah, you don't cope with it. It's just you. I told my wife, you know, when the night we got home, the morning we got home from the hospital, you know, and it was pronounced. And I said, well, we got two options. We can fucking go to bed and get up tomorrow, or we can fucking go get in a corner and fucking probably starve to death. Or I said, we gotta just, you know, we gotta move forward, and we have. So
Well, you obviously were a support system for each other,
yeah.
being there together. I remember you didn't want to go on the road. You made sure you were
No, but
there
at
for
the same
her
time,
for a long
and
time.
I've told people this before. I said, you know, it's two people that are drowning aren't very effective. You know, getting out of a fucking a swimming pool. You know, like both people are drowning. So it was, you know, and it was almost like I'd have a fucking day and she'd have a day. You know, but occasionally, like even still now, it's just like there's some days, man, where it just like it's just like seeing my brother really made a like made it all come like back to like full, because it was like I'm seeing my family. It's like you realize how little time you have on this planet.
You saying it was helpful seeing your family, or it was
Yeah.
difficult?
No, I mean it was difficult, but you have conversations with somebody that's been around he's been around T forever,
Hmm.
just like my sister, you know, like so when they're telling a story, and they were down here, you know, with like my niece and nephew Austin and Aaron. Um, it's like he's talking about T, where it's not like people that don't know. You know, like my buddy Lewis, like, you know, I think he was probably more him and Peggy were probably the most affected of our friends, because they Lewis drove T to school like every day for years. So and you know, and Lewis has got a real dry sense of humor like T did. So I think that and I still think like it's there are times that, you know, that being in that house is rough on everyone. Like they were like I remember they when my brother and his wife came down, they were just looking around the house, and they were just looking at like there's boats is what they're called, but they're built to hold guitars, and T's got, you know, like fucking he's got so many guitars, because that was, you know, I was wealthy, and I don't need shit, but man, if he fucking saw something he wanted, fucking Fender fucking bass, or you know, some fucking this or that, like anything he wanted, like, you know, he got. So
So your brother being there, and is this the first time he was down there since T passed?
Yeah. Then my sister came down, but she only we met in Orlando at
Right.
Capitol Grill. And then she came down. Like my sister's been. I think my brother hasn't been down, but my sister has. But it's only been fucking what? It's only been like what 16 months?
Yeah. Yeah. It was. Yeah. What was the date?
October 19th, I think.
October 19th. Yeah.
I'm so bad with dates. I'm always the day off on everything. My dad's a fucking. That was the Tony Canigliaro fucking beanball to the eye. So that April 4th is, fucking pow. There goes my career.